We are giving away this, the Ptron Tangent Beats Hi-Fi Stereo Wireless Neckband to one lucky viewer. Now to enter the giveaway, all you need to do is to make sure that you are subscribed to the Mr. Phone YouTube channel. Besides that, like this video, share this video on your social networks, and also drop a comment below as to why you should be the one winning one of these. So make sure that you follow all the steps, and all the best to everyone who participates. The winner will be announced in an upcoming video pretty soon, so stay tuned to Mr. Phone. Hello everyone, my name is Aman Rashid and you're watching Mr. Phone. Xiaomi recently introduced the latest Redmi Note 10 series in India, and this right here with me is the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Now this phone, in comparison to its predecessor, the Redmi Note 9 Pro Max, brings a lot in terms of upgrades. I mean, this phone gets a 120Hz Super AMOLED display, a new 5 megapixel macro camera, Android 11, stereo speakers, IR blaster, and a ton of other good stuff. But the main question is that the good stuff does sound good on paper, but how does it all stack up in real life? And most importantly, is the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max worth the upgrade over the Redmi Note 9 Pro Max? Let's find out. But before we start, please go ahead and subscribe to the Mr. Phone YouTube channel if you haven't yet, and do hit that bell icon so that you're notified whenever we post a brand new video. With that said, let's get started. Right off the bat, I feel that this phone has one shortcoming. I'm talking about MIUI 12. Allow me to explain. Of course, MIUI 12 on the Note 10 Pro Max does come loaded with features, but I feel it's not the most optimized Android skin as I would have imagined it to be. More on this later. So the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G SoC. You get a choice between three different variants. The base variant has 6GB of LPDDR4X RAM coupled with 64GB of UFS 2.2 storage. This is priced at 18,999 rupees. The mid variant again has 6GB of RAM, but this is coupled with 128GB of UFS 2.2 storage. The price is 19,999 rupees. Finally, the top of the line variant comes with 8GB of LPDDR4X RAM coupled with 128GB of UFS 2.2 storage, and this one is priced at 21,999 rupees. Now there's a lot on offer for what you are paying here, but there's one thing which I feel can bother a lot of people, but it doesn't bother me actually, is the fact that this phone does not support 5G. I have said this time and again that 5G is not coming anytime soon, and even if it does, we don't know how long will it take for it to be stable and reliable, just like our 4G networks are right now. That said, if you're someone who usually keeps their phone for over 2 years, 3 years or 4 years and of course cares about 5G, then I would suggest that you, my friend, don't buy the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, because in the longer run you'll only end up cursing the device. But if you are someone who usually upgrades their phone every year or two, then I would suggest that you can consider buying the Note 10 Pro Max. It supports all the major Wi-Fi bands, 4G carrier aggregation is also supported, and overall, yes, it is a solid smartphone and you won't be disappointed. In terms of design and build, the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max feels like a breath of fresh air over the Redmi Note 9 Pro Max. God, these long names. This phone, despite featuring the same screen size and battery just like its predecessor, still managed to keep things relatively light and slim. Now don't get me wrong, this is a big phone, but never did I feel that it was cumbersome to hold. The glass front and back adds a premium touch, and of course they are protected by Gorilla Glass 5. The frame, despite being made out of plastic or polycarbonate, whichever way you would like to put it, feels solid nonetheless. There's also a 2-layer camera bump at the back, and I don't know about you, but I really love the rear camera design, especially this silver inclusion around the main camera lens. Love it. As for the ports and buttons, on the left are the volume rockers and the power button that doubles up as a physical fingerprint sensor. Very fast and reliable, I must say. At the bottom you get the primary mic, the USB Type-C port and a speaker grill. On the left are the triple slots, which comprises dual nano SIM slots and a dedicated microSD card slot for storage expansion. Finally, at the top, there's a headphone jack, a secondary microphone, the phone's earpiece, and a separate second speaker that completes the stereo speaker setup, which by the way sounds great. Hear this out. I think the overall sound output is really amazing and you are going to enjoy listening to things in day-to-day usage. Finally, there's an IR blaster as well, which I think is awesome. I mean, the last time I remember, I used to control my AC and my TV using my Samsung Galaxy S5 thanks to its IR blaster, and this is why it is nice to see that in 2021 IR blasters are still present and you can get them on the Redmi Note phones. A good addition, I must say. The Redmi Note 10 Pro Max gets a 6.67-inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display that refreshes at 120Hz and comes with HDR10 support. In terms of quality, no doubt that this is a gorgeous panel. Finally, the Redmi Note 10 series get the AMOLED treatment and I can't be happier. So the display is vibrant, offers wide viewing angles, looks punchy and vibrant, and not to mention comes with some amazing always-on display presets. Although one gripe that I do have with this phone's display is in regard to the automatic brightness, and I feel that it is quite finicky. I mean, few times it works and most of the times it doesn't, and maybe this could be a problem with my device only, but yes, I did come across this issue, so yeah, I'm putting it out there. Otherwise, no major complaints in the display department. It looks beautiful, gets plenty bright, and it also comes with widewide L1 support, which means watching HD content is a feast to the eyes. Coming back to the software, well, this one comes with MIUI 12 based on Android 11, and to be honest, MIUI 12 is heavy and I feel it needs more optimization. Maybe by providing a faster chipset, either the Snapdragon 750G or even the Dimensity 800U for that matter would have made a difference in the overall general performance, but I'm still not convinced that the Snapdragon 732G chipset inside this phone is at fault here. Allow me to elaborate. First of all, the Note 10 Pro Max was easily able to handle all my gaming needs. Playing Call of Duty Mobile at high graphics and high frame rates did not result in any sort of noticeable frame drops or inconsistent performance. And even when I did put load on this phone, that is when I used the camera for taking a lot of photos and videos, or when I played Call of Duty Mobile and Asphalt 9 Legends for long sessions, the Snapdragon 732G chipset ensured things were under control and there was no overheating. But it is the general performance that bothered me. Every once in a while, there were noticeable frame drops and stutters while scrolling through menus. Now, this may not be a major concern for many, but for me, this is something that I wasn't expecting at all, considering this phone comes with a 120Hz screen refresh rate. For that matter, app opening times are decent, but RAM management on this phone is definitely on the aggressive side. And coming back to stutters and frame drops, well, I also came across them while using apps such as Facebook, Instagram, or even Google Chrome for that matter. So there's that. The good thing is that I did not come across even a single ad on this phone, since I did disable personalized recommendations and glance screen and whatnot while setting up this phone, so that's good. That said, there's too much bloatware on this phone and some of it you can uninstall, but they are there. Of course, MIUI 12 is feature rich, it comes loaded to the brim and all of it is great. It's just that Xiaomi needs to tone down on the bloatware, and yes, the software also needs to be optimized as well. Apart from this, there's a 5020 mAh battery under the hood that comes with a 33-watt charger in the box. Battery life has been amazing in day-to-day usage. The endurance has been great, and even the standby times on this phone is decent. As for charging speeds, it usually took me over an hour to fully top up. In a nutshell, this phone can easily last you at least a day and a half on a single charge with medium to heavy usage. Finally, let's talk about the camera. On the rear, you get a 108 megapixel primary camera. This is a Samsung HM2 image sensor. This is coupled with an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, a new 5 megapixel macro camera, and a 2 megapixel depth camera. At the front, you get a 16 megapixel image sensor, and just by the way, the hole punch on the Note 10 Pro Max is even smaller than that of the Galaxy S21 Ultra. Amazing feat. The 108 megapixel main camera takes some color-rich and vibrant images without a doubt. I will totally recommend you turn on AI for some amazing results. Of course, the output also scores high on details and sharpness as well, and overall I am genuinely impressed. I also took some full resolution 108 megapixel samples from this phone, and the resulting output is without a doubt more detailed for sure, although I still prefer the pixel binned shots mostly for the color. And by the way, what do you guys think? If you have a 108 megapixel camera phone, will you even click photos at the full resolution? I know I won't, but what will you guys do? Let me know in the comments. Moving on, there's definitely a color disparity when you compare the photos taken from the primary camera and the photos taken from the ultra-wide camera, but generally speaking, the ultra-wide angle camera's performance is also good on its own for the most part. And I never thought I would say this, but this is the first time I felt that the macro camera can be useful on a smartphone. The 5 megapixel macro camera on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is the best macro camera I have ever come across, period. Apart from this, photos that were taken at night are just okayish, I would say. However, turning on night mode definitely boosts the level of detail and colors in the photos. That said, I did find the night mode's performance to be a little inconsistent, but for the most part, I was happy with the overall output. As for selfies, the output is sharp and detailed. The front camera does a good job of dealing with skin textures. That said, I do feel the HDR performance could have been better. In terms of video recording, the colors, details, sharpness, etc. look absolutely great without a doubt. Electronic image stabilization does a good job, that is if you are shooting at 1080p, because all the above points apply for 4K video recording as well, apart from one point, that is you don't get electronic image stabilization for 4K video recording. And even for the 4K footage recorded at night, I think the camera does a fairly decent job of controlling noise and distortion, and the colors and details also look good, but once again, it is the stabilization that bothered me a lot. Finally, here's a selfie video sample, and once again I would say that the camera does offer a fairly decent output, but most importantly, you guys watch it and let me know what you think about the overall output. This is a 1080p 30fps sample being shot on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. So this is how the quality of the camera. If you see, the colors look fine, the details are also good. The camera does struggle a little bit against shooting against the light, but otherwise it's a decent front-facing camera. Records decent videos. I mean, details and colors are good, so yeah. Otherwise, let me know what do you think about the audio quality and the overall performance. What do you guys think? Share your thoughts with me in the comments. So is the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max worth it? Well, the phone is definitely a solid upgrade over its predecessor. See, it gets a superb 120Hz AMOLED display, it has a slim and light design, all while maintaining the same battery capacity as the Note 9 Pro Max, and in my opinion, it also feels more premium in the hand. You're also getting stereo speakers, the first for the Redmi Note series, and the camera performance is exceptionally well. Now, the only part that I think Xiaomi needs to focus on is to optimize MIUI 12. I'm hoping the company will look into this matter for future versions. That said, overall, you cannot go wrong with the smartphone. I mean, it's a solid device, it is a Redmi Note and it does not disappoint. So that was my review of the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video and do share this with others. Also, if you have any doubts, any questions regarding this phone, then please feel free to hit me up in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Mr. Phone. See you guys in the next one.